Hello and welcome back. I am Strawberryno and today I am reacting to all the openings to ReZero. I was just thinking about this before I started recording. We have hit quite a streak now of me reacting to anime that I know at least the premise or like I watched. I think it started with Dr. Stone. I watched 5 episodes of that, so I at least knew the premise. That took a lot out of me, like guessing what is happening in the anime based on the openings. And then Dragon Ball, which I obviously knew. Last time I reacted to Tokyo Ghoul, which I also watched 2 seasons of, and now I am reacting to ReZero, which I also watched a season and a bit of season 2. Sadly, there's not going to be a lot of guessing what's happening in the anime because I already know. But hopefully I am going to hear some amazing openings. But I watched ReZero for the first time when I was still in that impatient teen phase, basically. And then when season 2 came out, I tried watching it, and honestly, after a couple of first episodes, I just completely lost interest in the series. I don't know what happened. Like, I think ReZero has like one of the strongest openings to any anime ever. It's kind of like Rising of Shield Hero, where Shield Hero has this cool premise, amazing opening episodes, like you get a salvo of like peak fantasy, and then Rising of Shield Hero like quickly goes downhill. ReZero never, well, I can't say for the entire series, but like ReZero I don't think ever like reaches quite the lows of Shield Hero. But even if you're a fan of the series, you gotta sorta agree that the very beginning of season 1 is when the anime was at its best. And then the rest of it is kind of struggling to live up to that. And I don't know, I just didn't enjoy the rest of it quite so much. And yeah, following that... Redo, the first opening, is probably one of my favorite openings to among my favorite openings to any anime ever. Opening 2, I don't remember. It's from opening 2 is from season 1, and I don't remember it at all. Maybe if I see it, it will refresh my memory. The thing about ReZero is I remember openings don't really play frequently when you're watching it too. Like, this anime cuts out the opening a lot of the time, and sometimes it just plays the music in the outro sequence with like subtitles, but there's a scene going on, so we're focusing still on the dialogue and the scene. So maybe that also happened. All this to say, sadly I won't be guessing the premise because I know it, but it will be exciting. Kind of get a glimpse of what happens in later seasons, I guess. Man. Redo, oh yeah, this obviously opening one, Redo by Konami Suzuki, which is a pretty fucking amazing opening in my opinion. Especially this bit. And ends exactly on the same frame as it begins. cinema. Like the visuals of the opening itself with what the anime is, the instrumental track, they are amazing, but truly like the highlight of this opening are the vocals by Konami, which just go fucking hard, man. God damn, I love this opening so much. I will be surprised if there is an opening that I will like more than this one, because like Redo is one of those openings, kind of like with Tokyo Ghoul's Unravel. Not to the same extent, because Unravel was really like a runaway smash hit, but Redo was really goddamn popular for a good reason. It's a banging opening, so like I don't know if there is an opening to rival this one when it comes to ReZero, but yeah, let's check it out. Anyway, that's what this whole video is after all. So this is Paradis Paradoxum by Myth and Royd, and okay, I am immediately reminded that I did indeed obviously see this opening. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, Paradis Paradoxum is a banger too. I would still like, I don't think it's a controversial opinion that I like Redo better, but especially for the visuals, I think like this opening visually is not bad by any means, but like the first one really had much more storytelling than this one. When it comes to instruments and vocals, it's like a much closer match. This one has its highlights, like when the drop happens, the singer is really fucking giving it all. I really love this this bit of this opening, but overall there are like some I would say dips in quality, like in between the high points. Still a great opening, and then we are going into basically uncharted territory for me, because we are going into season 2. Like I said, I watched like, I don't even know how many episodes, 4, maybe less, of season 2. I think season 2 was also split in 2 parts or something like that. So obviously I'm talking about exclusively part 1. Quite atrociously paced for my personal preferences, which is why, like I said, I fell out of love. And I mean genuine love, because I loved season 1 of this series, and I fell off pretty horrendously. So yeah, I don't really remember this opening. So this is Realize, again by Konami Suzuki, coming back to, I think she goes on to do, yeah, one more for season 3. So popular pick for the first opening to each season, it seems. Anyway, let's hear it. Jesus Christ. I mean, that's ReZero in a nutshell, though. So yeah, most of this I recognize. I think now that I think about it, I think I ended literally on the episode that teased that he woke up back in the real world. Maybe not. I can't remember. It's been like so long. Like I said, I watched a couple of episodes of season 2, and I literally cannot tell you. If you held gun to my head, I literally cannot tell you what happened. Anyway, yeah, pretty much in pair with the rest of the openings. Yeah, it's a solid ass opening. I don't know if I would prefer this over opening 2. To me, they are pretty equal. Both the lyrics and the instruments and the visuals. They're both pretty goddamn great. So I don't know which one I would honestly prefer. Obviously, Redo still at the top for me. Not a big surprise. And then we have opening 4. This is Longshot by Mayu Maeshima. Ooh. That's a very different sound. Jesus, that shot. So I'm assuming this is part of the anime, like went deeper into Emilia's backstory, which is, you know what, that is an interesting bit. Like I've been wondering. I think everybody has been since like the start of the anime about her deal, quote unquote. A little bit more. So not gonna lie, this got me a little bit curious. Also, this shot is just amazing. Holy shit. Yeah, okay, this is probably my second favorite opening so far. It's just so different sounding, even like the very opening. Like, it's such a different sound profile than the other ones. All the openings up to now have been like very just you know what you would expect usually out of a J-pop opening to an anime. This one has a little bit more of a bite, you know, of that tang. Even though, like I said, I still think Ridu does it a little bit better, but this is a pretty close second with some good ass visuals in there and man, the music though. So this is the newest opening 5, Reweave, again by Konami Suzuki. I guess she always has the dibs to make the first opening for each season. And this season has only one opening, so I'm wondering if this season is just shorter than the other ones, or what happened. Like I said, I don't even know like the number of episodes. I think season 2 has like what, 24, 5 or 6, just like the first one, and season 3 I have no idea. Anyway, let's see what's happening in season 3 of ReZero. Ooh, cool. A little bit impractical, but cool city. Ooh, that's very different. That's just crossing into a different genre at this point. Okay, yeah, it's just a rock opening instead of usual J-pop. That's cool. I can't believe the fucking... What was his name? Otto? Otto the fucking trader is still relevant to the story in season 3. Jesus. Man, not gonna lie, this is weird. What a tone shift. What the hell? I feel like we just went to a different fucking genre, to like a battle shonen thing. You know, ReZero is a lot about Subaru struggling to adjust in the world, in a completely different world that he got transported to, right? And it plays off of this idea that weebs think that all of life's struggles could be wiped away if you woke up in some fantasy land the next day, right? And ReZero goes hard on this idea that no, the fuck, your struggles wouldn't end, man. They could even get way worse. So ReZero always has been about Subaru struggling, like at first to fit in, obviously, with his like fantasy being shattered, and then struggling to protect those he finds dear, and then struggling to like become a better person, essentially. And all the openings up to now reflected that. This feels like a different anime. This is an opening to a battle shonen anime. Like, look at all the fighting happening on the screen. This doesn't happen for any of the other openings, man. Like, this could fit into Black Clover or like any number of other battle manga. That's so weird. And I know, like, ReZero, despite what I said, it had some pretty epic fucking fights. But like, I don't know how to explain it. This just feels weird to see an all-out battle with multiple characters from previous seasons. That's weird. I love the song, by the way. The visuals are just visually it's a downgrade from like the powerful, like really powerful imagery of the previous four openings. This is probably the least interesting one. But the song is fucking dope, which kind of breaks my heart because the song is really good and it's unique and it's a different genre, which is weird. I guess Konami got that range in her, man, because like the three openings she performed go for different vibes, definitely. A very talented artist, Konami Suzuki. I'm not familiar with her work outside of those openings here, but like that's quite some range, man. Like I'm curious about some of the stuff in season 2, if indeed we get like Emilia's backstory and stuff. I'm kind of curious about that, but season 3, I don't know if that's just the opening or if the season is not like that, or the season actually strays from what this anime started out as. But man, season 3 just by this opening doesn't look that great. I gotta say, maybe I should go back to season 2 and see if I still feel the same way. Maybe I should. I will ponder that in my own time. In the meantime, please share what do you think I should react to next. This, for example, is based on a request. The previous reactions, pretty much most of what I do on the channel is based on recommendations from you good folks. So yeah, request away and maybe it will happen. And in the meantime, thank you very much for watching and I will see you in the next one.